Hello and welcome to the International Pentagon Challenge. My name is Kyanite and together we'll be embarking on a very special Football Manager journey where we'll aim to try and win every major international competition in all 5 continents, forcing our hand to play with hundreds of different types of players and most importantly hopefully create loads of awesome different types of tactics along the way. Once that's complete, only then are we allowed to set our sights on the biggest of all goals, the FIFA World Cup. How many nations will we have to manage until we work our way to the top? How many dodgy names will we have to pronounce along the way? So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Alright, hello everyone and welcome to episode 39. You probably know by now that we've been knocked out of the World Cup. So yeah, let's just see whether or not we can do some damage to Tunisia. At least walk away from this effing World Cup with at least a point of some sort on the board. And see whether or not we keep our job. Obviously, as I kind of said in the last episode, this is only going to be on key highlights, mainly because the game doesn't really mean much for us. I've put on some young players, maybe players who are kind of probably going to become our main players if the FA actually let me keep the job. It would be really funny if they sack me, simply because we had a really good qualification. What on earth is that? A really good qualification journey. And obviously as part of the International Pentagon Challenge, before we even worry about trying to win the World Cup, we're really more bothered about the Euros. So yeah. Oh wow. So yeah, because we're more worried about the Euros, basically being sacked as manager of England would mean that we don't even get a shot at the next Euros, which obviously would be highly disappointing. The reputation boost that we've got from managing England and obviously managing a World Cup and whatnot should hopefully, if we do get sacked, help us find a decent job at least, if you see where I'm coming from. Unbelievable that Gabriel Chidi was the player to score that header as well. To be fair, he's a solid player, that lad. He's done well under my management. I can't really fault him. Tunisia here, a win or a draw perhaps would probably leave them top of the group, which would mean that they'd probably end up getting an easier tie in the last 16, which is really ideally what they're looking for. As far as we're concerned, very narrow formation coming out from Tunisia. We're not really telling our wide players to really man-mark anyone. A lot of the emphasis from Tunisia is going to be coming from their wing-backs bombing forwards, and we need to basically try and take advantage of the space that's left behind. And how have we not scored? There! Canada! Canada! Oh, Canada! I don't know what it is about Canadian soil, but we just cannot score on Canadian soil. Rosenthal should be scoring there. But I am going to take him off at half-time and bring on Dix, or whatever he's called, because he's got that nice burst of pace on him. And it does look like that is something that could potentially exploit the opposition relatively well. Are there any other youngsters we might be interested in bringing onto the pitch? Probably bring on Josh Tymon and Harry Winks. In fact, might as well bring on Harry Winks right now. Let's see if we can get an early second half goal and put the game to bed. I really hope we do. Dele Alli to Winks. Green to Dele Alli. And that should, I was going to say that's 2-0, but I guess I was being a little bit too optimistic, it seems. A winger in Khalifa's come on, playing centre mid for them. So I'm not quite sure what the Tunisian manager's doing, but hey, who am I to talk? It's bloody working for him, isn't it? So Rig Dix with pace to burn is going to take it past one and, well, he's going to hit the woodwork as well, because that's all we do at World Cups as England. We just rack up clear-cut chances and don't actually find the back of the net. And the second Tunisia will get one counter-attack. Boom. How's he not scored there? Green! Green! Twice you've done that now. If you watched the last episode, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Woo! Why didn't he shoot? What a load of tosh. What a load of tosh. I don't even know how I'm even enjoying this, to be honest. Anyways, right, okay, what are we doing now? Let's give Josh Timon a bit of a run around. And it was the other player I said I would bring on. I seem to remember mentioning another player. Was it Sam Jones? Oh, well, we've made 3 substitutions. What am I even talking about? What have I been smoking coming into this World Cup? I'm really disappointed with how this World Cup has gone. If it isn't going to go well, you kind of see signs of that during the qualification phase, or in our case, the qualification phase and the Nations League, where we played some of the best teams in Europe and beat some of them as well in Italy and Spain. Finish. Oh, woodwork again. But yeah, I didn't see any signs of it coming into this tournament. Czech Republic are beating Chile 1-0, which is understandable. Chile didn't play well against us, but they still somehow found the back of the net 3 times. The Czech Republic had a very, very, very good qualification. And I did say, if you go back a few episodes ago when we were playing them in the qualifiers, I honestly did say that I felt they were probably harder opposition than Italy and Spain were, managing against them. I don't know what they're celebrating about. I really don't know what they're celebrating about. Go home. Disgrace. Absolute disgrace. And what's even more baffling is that Tunisia are going to actually get out of this group. They've not even shown up today, you know what I mean? And we're not even playing our full-strength side. And we've just done them 2-0 with ease. And I've not even made any tactical changes or even been paying attention to it. Oh well. Looking at the bright side, we were probably going home anyways in the last 16 in true England fashion. So, yeah, we'll save the fans a little bit of money. I doubt they're really enjoying the weather in Canada at the moment. Come on, can we get a 3rd goal just for the fans? No, let's whip it into the centre-backs instead. And there we have it. The Czech Republic finished top of the group. Tunisia finish in 2nd place. And the 2 favourites in the form of Chile and England are knocked out. And yeah, we couldn't even get 3rd place on goals scored, which is really disappointing. I don't know what to say. I'm going to go now, and I'm going to come back once the World Cup ends. And we'll see whether or not I get to keep my job. Okay, so we're back just before the final, which is when, the AI normally sacks people. So let's start off by taking a look at how the group stages finished as a whole, and then go from there. So Nigeria topped Group A, South Korea just behind them. And to be fair play to Scotland. They probably beat Canada. I'd be very surprised if they beat one of them other teams. Yeah, they beat Canada 2-1. So credit where it's due to Scotland. I was taking the piss out of them before the start of the World Cup, and yeah, they got the same number of points as we did. The Netherlands flopped, with South Africa finishing 2nd in Group B, behind Argentina, who have made it to the final. Obviously, we know how our group, unfortunately, went. Brazil and Russia topped Group D, Egypt getting a single win, probably against Jamaica, who I can actually take a look at after the group stages, because I remember someone in the comments wanted to take a look at Jamaica, and I completely forgot in the last episode to do that. So, yeah, Spain topped their group on 9 points. Probably Rafa Benitez still in charge. It is. Poland in 2nd place. Ivory Coast in 3rd. Iran in 4th. Germany and France, unsurprisingly, topped the group of death. And Uruguay and Italy pretty much walked Group G. Well, they didn't really walk it. The United States were pretty unlucky not to get a top 2 spot, essentially missing out merely on goal difference. And then both Turkey and Saudi Arabia didn't really have much luck up against the likes of Portugal and Colombia. So, a quick look at Jamaica. Best player, unsurprisingly, is the one, the only Leon Bailey, currently plays for Chelsea. Second best player is this guy who plays for Domazale. So it pretty much, sums up how good of a player Leon Bailey is. It's also got Andre Wisdom in the mix, but it's a 33-year-old Andre Wisdom. But, credit where it's due, they've done well to reach the World Cup in the first place. So yeah, that pretty much sums up Jamaica, and this is what their starting lineup looks like. I'm sure there will be the odd regen or two here and there. Liam Moore, 33-year-old Liam Moore playing at the World Cup. Wow, decent. Fair play, Jamaica, fair play. But yeah, so last 16 saw Nigeria beat South Africa on penalties. In fact, I don't know why I'm going through these. You guys can just pause the video and take a look for yourselves. Then the quarter-finals, Brazil 5-1 against Nigeria. Argentina, it took them until extra time to actually beat the Russians. And then Colombia knocked out Germany. Wow. Semi-final wise, it took the Brazilians penalties to beat Colombia and reach the final, and then Argentina beat France 4-2. And I know before the World Cup I said it's a Lionel Messi-less Argentina, but they've got this lad up front who's probably almost just as good. This is a player and a half. He's probably not quite as good as Messi at the start of the game, or at least a few years ago in FM, but he's still a very, very tidy player. And, you know, it's a shame that, I guess, we have a 32-year-old Harry Kane, not this guy up front. Got to be honest, Harry Kane was disappointing. Everyone was disappointing for us. And yeah, the final and third place playoffs are yet to be played. So they're going to be played now. And there we go. France finish third in the FIFA World Cup 2026. And has the final been played yet? The final is played tomorrow, I think. I'm not really bothered who wins, to be honest. I just want to know whether or not I'm keeping my job. Because we've got a very interesting Nations Cup group with the Netherlands, as you can see in our group. So I would totally still be up for that and trying to manage England. But there we go. Argentina have won the World Cup. They won the last World Cup as well in 2022, knocking the Germans off their famous throne. And that is it for the 2026 World Cup, and we have lost our job. So I've been sacked as manager of England. Stones retires. England are now in search of a new manager, and some of my staff have also left. And Eddie Howe is the favourite to take the job. And to be fair, I hope he does take the job. Either him or Sean Dyche, because they're managers who I kind of feel like deserve the job in real life. But if we go and take a look at our profile, obviously we benefited from the reputation boost. I'm not going to be the only international manager sacked, and I've discussed this quite a few times before, where, you know, this is an opportunity for us to now use the reputation boost that we've got and apply for someone like Japan or someone like Mexico, the United States, and let's go away from Europe for a while potentially and see if we can get a top team in another continent and actually focus on kind of crossing out a continent off our list, because that is what the International Pentagon Challenge is all about. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I really don't know what's gone wrong this World Cup, but as usual, the England manager ends up paying the price. Thanks for watching.